Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Adam Ayase. In today's video, we're going to be going over how to run B2B ads to actually scale your agency. Now, if you're starting your agency and you've done cold outreach like emailing, cold calling, SMS blast, probably got stuck without a lot of results. If you're wanting to scale your agency quickly, this is probably the number one way to do it. Yes, you will have to invest some money, but if you do it the right way, you can get warm, exclusive qualified leads from anywhere, from $2 to $15 per lead if you set up your ads correctly. And so in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how I set up my agency ads. I'm not gonna give you the exact, ads I use because I don't want you guys to copy me, but I'll give you an ad that has performed pretty well and kind of give you guys some fundamentals. And then on the back end, I'll actually show you guys how to make sure that when somebody does fill out a form, that you can receive text notifications. And then you can also funnel them into booking an appointment as well. And so, yeah, like I was saying, this is probably the number one way to scale your agency. This is how I did it. And I feel like not a lot of people are talking about this, especially people who do own their agencies. So I just want to kind of show you guys some insider tips, tricks, and kind of, how to set up your campaign to actually effectively get B2B leads. And so, first of all, this is one of our campaigns that we use, and so we've had multiple versions of this. And so for this demo today, I'm just gonna be showing you guys one of these ad sets, and one of our good performing creatives as well. And so as you guys can see in this particular ad set, our average cost per lead is right around $6.20. Just refresh for you guys too. That way there's no cap in my wrap. So $6 per lead. Total invested, $1,000, 173 leads, also known as 173 interested people in what you have to sell them. As long as you guys set up your offer correctly, and you're in the correct niche, like I kind of talked about in my course, completely free. So 173 people interested in what you're selling them. Not only this, the way I've set it up is these leads actually book appointments as well. And the lead to appointment booked ratio without me having to actually call the leads is right around 55%. And so let's just hop into one of the best performing ads, one that actually produced 102 leads for us. And let's just kind of show you guys around and what that looks like. So as you guys can see, it's very simple. So we're in the solar niche right now. And so the caption is insanely simple. It just says, if you sell solar, stop paying thousands in bullshit agency fees and costs. We only win when you win. Right now, we're offering the first 5 leads on us. Fill out the form. We'll give you a call back with more information regarding our services. Now, you got to realize a lot of people don't even click see more. And so the caption necessarily doesn't mean as much, and it's not as important as the actual creative. Because the creative is what's going to get people to actually see your ad. And it needs to be something that stands out. Either have it very minimalistic or have it very, outlandish, something that, grabs attention. The main thing you want to stay away from is an ad that just looks like every other Facebook post, or if it looks super generic, like generic images, generic images you want to stay away from. Same with, like plain texts, just in a background. Usually those don't work too well. Or if you were to go to like Canva or something, and just kind of, try to use their templates, a lot of the times, they're just not very effective because that's the easiest way to do it. So that's what everyone is doing. And it just causes a lot of saturation with that type of actual creative. So as you guys can see here, the creative is extremely simple. It literally just says 15 installs or you don't pay. And then yes, our marketing guy quit. And so I kind of took inspiration. I don't know if you guys have seen those ads before. It's like, those video game ads for your phone. And it's like a little sketch draw and it's like download our game, our marketer quit. Kind of took inspiration from that, but I also included our offer. And so when you include your offer, your front end offer at least, in your ad, not only does it grab people's attention if it's good enough, it gets people interested in what you have to sell them, and it says, okay, let me learn more, let me fill out my information, this sounds good, I'm willing to sacrifice my information to see what they have to offer me. And so not only does this work in the solar niche, this can literally work in any niche that you want. And so let's say you are in the med spa niche. You can literally just change the word for med spa. And then instead of saying, 15 installs or you don't pay, you can say 15 clients or 15 appointments or you don't pay. However you want to build your offer, just put it in the ad. Make sure to kind of spill your beans, let people know, what you're offering rather than, solar marketing done for you or something super generic. The key to B2B ads is always including your offer in the creative. That way people actually have an incentive, have motivation, to sign up for what you're pitching them. And so if we just come into here, we don't use landing pages right now to actually generate the leads and capture the information. It's going to be all through forms and whatnot. And so here's kind of what our forms look like. Super simple, just have our logos and whatnot in there. And then from here, stop paying thousands in marketing fees. Just another one of those, statements to, intrigue people in the offer. Right now they're thinking, okay, 15 installs, no marketing fees. It incentivizes them even more to fill out their information. And then just, a little quote at the bottom. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to copy this word for word. But again, be original, be organic, because that's a lot of the times how you're going to find the most success. If you're watching this video, probably 1,000 other people are. So they're going to copy this exact ad. So you got to try to figure out something that's a little more unique. That'll make you stand out against the competition. And then from here, we just capture, the necessary information, but we don't want it to be too long or repetitive. That way we can still capture the attention of the people filling out the form. And so we just kind of get the general information, especially with solar. You need to distinguish a lot of times if they're a representative, like a sales rep, or if they're actually an owner or management. And so that's just one of the questions. And then we want to also know how many deals are closing per month. That way, when the leads information gets submitted, it gets into our system. We can say, okay, they're closing 0 to 10 deals a month. When we hop on the sales call with them, let's kind of use that as a leverage point and maybe figure out the reason why they're not selling, 10 to 20 or 20 plus. And then, if our services can be a benefit, we can use that as a sales pitch. And so that's kind of why we asked that last question. It's just to kind of, build some momentum heading into our sales call, get a little information on who we're actually working with, and kind of, build a plan set for them and kind of show them the solution and why it would, be of value to them. And so that's it, pretty simple. What we also capture is just their basic contact details. So this will be their full name, email, phone number, and then their company name lastly. That way, we know who we're talking to. We know where to send them automations. We know who to call on text. And then we know the name of their company. That way, if we want to maybe search them up on Google or just, go into the demo or their sales call with information about their company, it's always good to be prepared for your sales calls. And so from there, once they click submit, they get brought to this page where it just says, thanks, you're set. We'll be in touch soon. We will reach out from a 515 area code. And the important part of this last page is going to be the button down below. It essentially says book a call with us now. And so when they click this button, they're going to get sent to a very simple scheduling page. And I'll show you guys what that looks like right now. We're in here in my test account, just using this software that essentially allows you to automate this whole process. And it has appointment setting stuff on it as well. If I can find where it is, I'm having a brain fart. Okay, there we go. So in here, we also have our website published. This is from the course, so it's going to be all mock data, but essentially I give this website to you guys for free in the course as well. The course is 100% free. But if we were to just copy this URL, this is the exact page that they're going to see if they click on that book now. And so when they click this, they're going to get sent to this page and they're going to have a time, to select on the calendar. And then from there, just fill out your information, or they fill out their information as it be. And then once they click schedule a meeting, we're going to have automations in place to actually send them, reminders and whatnot, and essentially, make our business seem a lot more professional, rather than if, let's say, they were to click submit, they don't get an email, they don't get a text message. They essentially don't know what the company they're working with, like who they are. With this process, as soon as they click submit right here, what we're going to do on our end is actually send them some notifications. Not that, that's for appointments. And so we're going to have a lead automation built right here. And so first of all, to build any sort of automation, especially in the software and high level, what you're going to need to do, let's say you guys are using the Facebook lead forms, in order to connect your actual form, what you want to do is come down to where it says integrations. Once you're at integrations, hopefully this loads. This would be awkward if it didn't. Okay, so once you're at integrations, I need to buy fucking number for this account, but it's a test demo that I kind of go over in the course. So once you're in high level, or the software that you guys will get for free if you use my trial, plug the 30-day trial. So once you're in here, sorry, I keep getting off track, go to settings, and then you want to scroll down to where it says integrations. Once you're at integrations, log in with your Facebook account. I'm gonna blur this out, hopefully, so I don't forget. I need an editor, but fuck it. Once you're at this page, just sign in with the account that you have the lead form under, and then select the ad account. And then once you have all of that selected, once you logged in with the page and the actual ad account, what you want to do is head into where it says Facebook Forms Field Mapping. In here, you're going to be able to actually map the fields to the questions you asked. And so essentially what we're doing here is whenever somebody fills out this information, we need to have it be a dynamic field. That way it's not, the same answer every time. So we can say, okay, once they submit their information, automatically populate their phone number into my SMS text message or my email. That way you can see the information of the lead each time it comes through. And so that's essentially what we're doing here. So as you guys can see, just select the fields, okay, and then select the matching field that you want it to map to. For example, are you a rep or owner of management? This would be, let's see. Okay, so this will be a good teaching point as well. So let's say you're going to map the field and there's a question in your form that isn't in here. What you want to do, and I'm a little bit rusty, but I believe if you go down to custom fields right here, you can add a field, okay? And so what you want to do is just select a single line, and then you want to name the field, the question or the information you want to capture. So for this, what was it? Are you a owner or rep? And then we can save that one. Just for the group, just select contact. And then the other one was how many deals are you closing per month? So once we get both of these custom fields created, what we can do is head back to integrations and then select the Facebook form that we want to use, and then go ahead and select the fields that we just created. So are you an owner or rep? And then deals per month. Then once like the information is mapped with the corresponding field, just click save. And so what I mean by that, let's say phone number is the field from the Facebook form. We want to map it with the phone number. You don't want to map the phone number with address, because when you build out your automation for the phone number, it's going to bring them the address. And so essentially you just want to match whatever questions you have with the existing field in high level. Once you click save, make sure the status of the form is actually clicked on, and then that should be it for the integrations and automations. Now what you want to do to actually make sure the system and automation is flowing is go back to where it says automations, scroll down, or go into the lead automation setting, or the automation, I guess, or workflow, I guess you could call it. Now what we need to do is create a trigger to actually start everything that happens below here, right? And so for the trigger, it's going to be a Facebook lead form submitted. And then once you get to this, all right, so once you get the workflow added right here, what you want to do to actually find the form that you just made, go to filters and then standard fields. You want to click inform, and then you want to find the one that you just mapped. If you guys are just now creating B2B ads, you only have one form, but if this isn't your first form, make sure you select the correct form on Facebook. That way the trigger can fire based on, you know, the corresponding form. And so the trigger, that's what starts all workflows and automations. So that's set up and ready to go. And so essentially what's going to happen below here is all going to happen once somebody clicks submit on our actual form. And so that's the power with High Level and the software that I'm using. You're able to automate this entire process. That way, if somebody comes through, the second it happens, you're able to get a notification and you're able to capture the most amount of value from each lead you generate. And so from here, we just have a couple different things that happens. Number one, we're going to create or update an opportunity in the pipeline. Essentially what this is going to do is bring that lead that just came through into this section of your pipeline. That way you're able to track, okay, this lead hasn't booked an appointment yet. And so I'll kind of show you guys how this works in the automations right now. So what we have it done to build is it's going to drop that lead into the new lead pipeline. From there, what it's going to do is give us a notification of that information that the lead just submitted. And so as you guys can see, this doesn't have those custom fields that we just added, you know, a couple minutes ago. So I'll show you guys how to do that right now as well. And so those custom questions we asked were they an owner or a rep? And so for here, you just want to enter the static value or the question, you know, just by itself. And so with the colon as well. And then essentially like what this does, if you guys don't understand it, you know, trying to explain it, it's kind of complicated. Not complicated, just hard to explain. For here, you know, each time a lead comes through, when you add a custom value, it's going to pull the data from the form. And so each time somebody submits, let's say their name is Bob Jeff or something, it's going to dynamically pull that name for you and automatically go to the value that was pulled from that lead submit. So that's kind of what we're setting up here. And so to get the, you know, the answer to the question, are you an owner or rep? What you want to do is select custom values, select where it says contact, and then scroll all the way down until you see custom fields. And then in here, we're going to see that custom field, are you an owner or rep? From there, just click it. And then that way, each time somebody submits a form, it'll pull that information from the Facebook form. And then the other question, what was the other question? How many deals per month? So we'll just make this static question right there. And then we want to add the custom value in here. So once again, once you click custom value, make sure, you know, you're where you want it to be. Click custom value, click contact, scroll all the way down until you see custom fields, and then select, what was it? I swear I'm slow sometimes. Okay, contact deals per month right there. Save the action. You can send yourself a test SMS or email if you want as well. And so with High Level as well in the software, you do have to verify your phone number. And so that can take, you know, anywhere from 2 to 3 days. So if you want to get this notification rolling out immediately, all you have to do is make sure you copy this field, click these 3 little buttons, and then click copy action. Just make sure you paste where to copy it at. And so right here, when it says, let's just distinguish this as well. Internal email is what we're going to call it. Right here where it says SMS, just select the email and then paste in that body that we don't have to retype all of that. Subject, new B2B lead, med spa, or whatever niche you're in. And then from, you know, your email to all users, you can select custom email, stuff like that as well. And so the automation, what I've built in here is it's going to wait 6 seconds. So after somebody clicks submit, All of this stuff will happen instantly. After 6 seconds, what it's going to do is send the customer an email and a text message. And essentially, this email is just pretty general. It says, hey, contact name, glad to have you on board. Feel free to watch how we generate high quality exclusive real-time leads and how it works video. If you haven't yet and want to schedule a time to speak to me or my team members, make sure to book your call here. I appreciate your interest and I look forward to meeting you. And so this will get sent to them 6 seconds after they fill out a form. Same with this text message. Hey, contact name, thank you for expressing interest in growing your business with us. If you haven't yet, feel free to book an appointment here. And so off of just when somebody clicks submit and books, through here, this is 55%. And then when these automations fire, we're looking at 85% lead to appointment ratio without you even having to do any sort of follow-up, right? And so this is really the power of automations. Not only does it make your company seem more professional, it also eliminates, the process. You have to actually book the appointments for yourself, and it'll make it all in a streamlined, automated process. And then so this is a little more advanced, but it's going to help you guys capture even more opportunity within all of your leads. If you don't want to follow up with them, you don't have to have these steps, but I added it for you guys just in case you want to have them. And so the next sequence in this automation, it's going to wait 10 minutes for somebody with a condition, right? So it's going to wait 10 minutes. Then it's going to check this condition. The condition is checking if the person has not booked yet, right? And so workflow is not active in the appointment booked. We want to save that action, okay? So essentially what this condition is going to do, it's going to check the workflow contact, right? So let's say Bob Jeff filled out his information. It's going to check that contact. It's going to make sure that it's not active in the appointment booked automation. If it was in the appointment booked automation, then he would have booked an appointment, right? And so this condition is going to make sure that he hasn't booked an appointment yet. And then it's going to fire everything below here, right? And so first of all, it's going to update the opportunity and put it into the pipeline stage, new lead, no appointment. And then what it's going to do is automatically send an SMS out, just saying, hey, contact name, I just noticed you haven't booked an appointment yet. Here's a link to that right here, right? And so again, it's going to automatically follow up with you for free, not for free, but automatically, I guess, in the workflow. And then after 2 hours, it's going to check, okay, has the workflow still not booked an appointment? And then from there, it's going to fire this automation again. And so again, in the sequence, it's going to wait 2 hours, check to see if they haven't booked an appointment. From here, if they haven't, then it's going to send them another text. Hey, are you still interested in this? And so something simple. You don't want to spam them with too much information. You want to keep the sequences pretty short. That way it doesn't look automated, right? You don't want to have this whole big paragraph, especially when you're doing an automated follow-up process. You want to keep it short. You want to make it look like, you're still actively following up with them. And then I don't know why it says wait 20. So that's 2 hours. Okay, wait 20 hours is going to be the next sequence in which this will actually fire. So this is going to be around 22 hours from which they actually first fill out the appointment, right? And so if they, still haven't booked an appointment after you calling them and whatnot, it's going to fire this workflow. And it just says, hey, it looks like it's been a few days since you filled out a form. I know you have a busy schedule, but slots are filling up fast. Make sure to book yours before they're gone. Thank you for considering us help grow your business, right? And so that'll be the end of this entire sequence. Again, this scheduling page is the one that you can host directly with High Level, and it'll be directly integrated to all of your appointments, right? Or to all of your fucking workflows. So if somebody clicks schedule meeting on here, then we have a workflow built exactly for that as well. Sorry if this seems like it's dragging on quite a bit. I just kind of want to show you guys the full spectrum on how to actually run these systems, because I feel like a lot of people are, gatekeeping it behind bullshit courses where they talk about motivation and shit. So the appointment booked automation, again, each automation is going to start with a trigger, right? And so for the appointment booked trigger, we want the trigger that's going to, go when somebody clicks submit. schedule meeting, right? And so if we were to go to right here, just search up appointment status right here. And then what you want to do is appointment status is confirmed, right? And so from here, that's going to be the trigger. Let me just delete this because we already have one. Okay, so I did that wrong. So what you want to do is do the appointment status, event type normal. In calendar, you want to make sure that it's booked in the correct calendar. And so to kind of give you guys some background, let's go here. In high level, we want to make sure that it's booked into our calendar, the correct one. And so the really only reason like it wouldn't be is if you had multiple calendars for booking. For example, let's say you had an onboarding call, right? And let's say you signed a client and you had an onboarding calendar that you wanted to send them. You don't want to send them this automation if they were to book through the onboarding one, right? So that's the reason why we have it selected like this. That way it can distinguish, okay, this person has booked an intro call. Don't send them, onboarding information, or okay, this person booked an onboarding call. We don't want to send them the intro call stuff, right? So that kind of helps you get it separated. So if we were to just come back to appointment status one more time, come here, event type is normal, and then we want to go in calendar, intro call, scale with us, add filters. You want to go by appointment status is confirmed. So essentially the status gets confirmed as soon as they click schedule, right? And so everything that happens, once again with workflows, everything happens after this trigger, gets set off, I guess. And so number one, it's going to update the person into the appointment set pipeline stage. So back to the opportunities in kind of the CRM pipeline version of the software, it's going to automatically, so once somebody clicks submit right here, what it'll do is it's going to put this lead into the appointment set automation, right? And so from there, it's going to give you a notification, and essentially it just says, hey, a new appointment, start time, email, phone number, business name, website, and then those custom fields that we added earlier. What you can do, and since they are dynamic fields and whatnot, is you can literally just copy the exact message and then paste it into your appointment booked. And so if we were to jump in here, I don't know why it's so zoomed out. Oh, there we go. So if we're to jump back into the email, just paste that text back in here, but instead of saying new lead, say new appointment booked. And with appointments, they book a time. And so appointment start time is something you need to put in here. That way you don't have to manually check your calendar. And so if you want to find the start time, what it's going to do is it's going to pull the appointment stuff or the appointment data. And right here, you're just able to put appointment start time. That way, when an appointment comes through, you can see the email, okay, appointment at 9 a.m. Monday, May 27th or whatever it may be. And then so similar to the lead automation, what it's going to do is it's going to say, hey, blah, blah, blah. This is name with name company. Thank you for scheduling the time. Look forward to speaking with you soon. And essentially it's going to send them a bunch of automations. Similar to the lead automation, it has sequences in which it waits. And essentially it's just sending them a bunch of information about your company. If you have like demos or testimonials, anything like that, it'll just keep sending them stuff along with reminders all the way up until 5 minutes of the actual appointment. It'll send you reminders as well. That way you don't forget. And then what it's going to do is it'll automatically populate onto your calendar in high level as well, which you're able to actually integrate with Google Calendar. And so last but not least, the final automation in which we kind of use for our B2B through Facebook, and just in general, is let's say you set the appointment, it's in here, you call the appointment at the start time and it doesn't show up. What you have to do on your end is manually move it into the appointment no-show section. From here, what happens next is another automation, right? And so this automation, it's going to fire when the pipeline stage changes from appointment to appointment no-show, right? And so that's our trigger for this one. It's first going to update the appointment status to no-show, and then it's going to leave a pre-recorded voicemail, which you guys can just go to MP3 recorder on your phone or on your laptop. And then right here, you're able to record an MP3. From there, just paste it into here, and it could say something along those lines like, hey, I'm just calling you for our missed appointment. You know, I want to make sure you're still good for that. If not, we can reschedule. Something very simple. And then it's going to send them a text message, and then just put your schedule link in here as well. And you can make this a lot more comprehensive. For example, similar to the lead automation, you can make it go on for days and days and days. You can make it go on forever until they rebook the appointment, essentially. But in this demo, I just kept it pretty simple. But if you guys want access to all of this for completely free, it's completely free in my course. Free snapshot, free website. Let's see the website. Like pretty much the exact sales process and automations in which I use in my current business. If you guys want this all for free, just head over to the link in the description. And in there is going to be this free course where you can capture, you're able to actually see, you know, the softwares, and you're able to download the template and then the Notion as well. With the template, high level trial, all of that stuff right here, as you guys can see the snapshot. What you need to do is start a free 14-day trial. With this, you can extend it 2 weeks or even a month. But yeah, just paste that in here. And once you paste that snapshot, you're gonna have access to all of this. That way you can actually start running B2B ads. And yeah, I mean, scale your agency really effectively. And yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers it for the entire video. This is probably gonna be one of my longer videos, probably like 25 minutes. But I hope, you know, I packed enough value in there for you guys to, you know, get something out of it. I know a lot of people, like I was saying before, don't really share the ins and out of running an agency. So kind of my goal with this video and with the course as well, is just to give you guys free value back. Because when I started my journey, I didn't have anybody to kind of really guide me. I had to kind of figure this out on my own. So I want to be that guy, you know, to help you guys along the way, and really make this agency thing work. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to follow me on Instagram, join the Discord, join the school community, get this template for free. And let's see, like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.